Good morning. Welcome to the Circling Back podcast. My name is David. I'll be filling in for one Will DeFreeze, who is traveling right now. He's in transit.
He's in Mexico.
If you were to track his package, it would say delivery date today.
Oh.
So anytime today. We don't know what time.
He might not be in Mexico anymore.
Probably not, but hard to say.
Yeah.
To my right, I've got two gentlemen who I don't think either of them particularly need an introduction, but I'll give them one.
But since we're doing a podcast, we probably should intro
Ladies and
us.
gentlemen, it's KJ.
Oh, me first. I appreciate that, David. Thanks for having me on.
We all saw it coming.
You know, yeah, we did.
Do not come.
We did. I kept my eyes open.
I'm going to come.
You guys are cum jokes here. This is what you do right here, all right?
Yes,
Right.
you know, just hey, we're just trying to make you comfortable, man.
Hey, I'm just trying to take a load off of you guys. I appreciate it. Okay.
It's, we don't really do that here, man. If you want to clean it up
It's a
for the
private
kids, it's Halloween, post-Halloween. Happy November.
party. Happy Dad Tax Day, bros. You know what I'm saying? Kids bring home candy and you
candy.
steal it overnight, right?
He's talking
right.
candy.
That's right.
More
That's
on
right.
that later.
Oh, yes.
We're going to talk Halloween, but here's a guy. Let me tell you about this guy. This guy's been all over the world lately. He is international. He's worldwide. Mainly North America, but still. It's Circling Back's own Dillon Shivery.
Thank you, David. Yes, I was across international borders. I
Sure.
was in a different country.
Yeah.
It's probably a better way to say that. I was
Yeah.
in Mexico. Cabeza watch. I made it. I'm back.
Where were you exactly?
The Tulum area. Not in Tulum, but I could have taken a short Uber ride to Tulum from where I was.
Okay.
Given the amount of influencer content, I assumed you were in Tulum.
Yeah. Major Tulum vibes.
And I had an excellent time with Bay.
Why don't you save it for this weekend
Met
and fun?
Okay, you're right.
I did
That's
ask,
fair.
though. This is my fault because I asked.
I did bring candy into the stew.
Slow down.
I
We'll
brought
get to
candy.
that. Don't.
Did you see it, KJ?
Can you just
cannot be
save
packaged.
yourself?
Randy already ate his. He couldn't.
Well, we were
going to
make up and we were gonna lie that he had not.
Oh yeah, we were.
We can give him another one.
Nah, he's fine.
More on that. We got a heavy show.
Watching
We are
his
loaded. Big load show. It's Big Load Monday.
I don't think that's a thing, man.
Hey, by the way, we're presented today by Roback. You can get 20% off your first order using code BACKER20.
Backer 20. It's a one-time code.
KJ's rocking his Roback hat today.
That is true.
Oh, I'm not. I thought
Yeah,
I had
way to go.
I thought I had the hoodie on, but I don't.
Now,
You're doing more of like a legacy brand.
Right. Well, I had to rep them.
A blue
boys.
chip.
I had to rep them boys today.
That's right.
KJ, see it?
I see it. I see it.
I'm rocking the guy who needs to do laundry in a bad way because not that I'm out on the Luca shirt, but it's just like I feel like this is kind of a every other day shirt for me. So real mail-in from your boy. But check out Roback. Use code BACKER20. Don't forget we do Patreon, Beyond the Paywall. And I want to start off by saying spooky season, another spooky season in the books. Spooky season 3, done, completed.
This is me officially and sadly deleting it from the rundown.
Man,
Man, I missed the last episode of Spooky. I'm not happy about it. I actually meant to wear my costume in today.
you only missed 20% of the spooky seasons.
I know. I'm not happy. But I'm going to wear my costume probably tomorrow.
You're telling me you didn't come dressed as a guy who used to coach with Sean McVay and now is holding a clipboard and Cowboys sideline guy?
No, that's not me. No. My costume, it works as like an everyday outfit, so it's not like I have to like sneak it in here or anything. I'll be fine.
He's going to wear his baseball cup into the office, ladies and gentlemen.
Very cool. I can't wait. I
KJ.
can't wait for a good
KJ,
November
grow up,
costume.
man.
Hey, just want to say thanks to everybody for listening. Everybody who submitted stories, spooky@washmedia.com. We might have some editorial just because we have a surplus of stories, so we may be doing some stuff there. Shout out Ghoul Adam, who's at home today. Had a big weekend. He was a big help during spooky season, as was producer Randy and all the guys. Everybody here, Brett, Dillon, Will, KJ too, just everybody. It was a fun spooky season. Shout out to Ross Bolin, W.R. Bolin, noted New York Times best-selling author, for filling in.
How did he do?
He loved it. He was good.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be good because he's never been a part of it, and I honestly he probably didn't know what it was.
He's always been a sneaky, spooky little bitch, you know?
He is.
And he finally got to express it a little bit. I love that for him.
I told him, I said, hey, feel free to wear a costume, and he kind of assured me he would, and he just wore like an Astros jersey.
Which I feel like he's wearing every day at this
I
point.
was like, so you dress like you normally do.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's okay. He did great. We do listener voicemails, Friday voicemails. We drop them on Thursday. That's user-submitted content. Check it out. And, oh, yeah, we got candles. Do You Even Burn? The candle that's taking the world by storm. Go to velobox.com/circlingback. velobox.com/circling-back, excuse me.
Those aren't sold out yet?
Are they sold out?
I don't know.
Check it out. They might be. If they're not, we'll maybe consider re-upping. Put the word back out there that we back up.
It's a Wire reference.
You guys seen The Wire? It's just like so meta. Like if you think about what it's saying about not only society. Okay. Follow at Circling Back Pod and at Washed Media. Leave a review, 5 stars only. Unless you've got a really good 4-star one, but we prefer 5 stars. Tell a friend, all that. Now, Dillon, it is time to recap this weekend in fun. Presented by our good friends at Early Bird CBD. Man, happy to have these guys back on board. Early Bird gummies are a recreational hemp product and contain 2.5 milligrams of natural THC and 12.5 milligrams of CBD in each gummy. They are formulated for fun and make you feel good, much like this podcast.
May I interject with a personal anecdote about Early Bird CBD?
I love anecdotes.
I brought, let's say, a handful of them to my trip in Mexico.
Okay.
And let me just say, I love them. I already loved them before this trip. Now I'm like almost it's almost an obsession at this point how much I love these things. They're so much fun. Take one if you just want to chill out. Take 2 if you want to, get a little lifted, have some fun.
Some people take them when they go on vacation. Some people take them to relax. Some folks take them to pregame a little bit.
Every time I get post-trip fly home anxiety. I don't like the trip there so much. I feel great. Trip home,
I'm the same way.
I get so anxious. I popped a CBD from Early Bird. I was just vibing.
So anxious.
Right.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Anxiety.
Early Bird is an Austin-based company, and if you don't know this, they were like our original sponsor. They let us use. They have a podcast studio in their home. They let us use it. They helped us get this company off the ground.
Great dudes.
Forever indebted to them. We love supporting local businesses, especially ones that have helped us. They're one of the original advertisers on Circling Back. People forget that. So check it out. earlybirdcbd.com. Use promo code STEAM, and you can get 20% off everything. That's earlybirdcbd.com, promo code STEAM. It's a single-use discount, so a customer can only use them once. Check it out. Boom. A lot to get to, but I will let KJ start first because I think he had just an extravagant weekend himself.
I did. I was inspired by the CBS television series Tough as Nails. Have you seen this, David? Seen promos for this?
I sure have. This sounds like a Randy show.
Borderline problematic show. I'm sure someone out there loves it. But the concept essentially is, what if we made a competition show about all these jobs that somebody actually does, and we act like we're paying homage when in fact we're just being like, damn, that shit's difficult. For example.
Such as
roofing. Let's be like, hey, in this competition, you guys are going to go shingle a house.
You know, a lot of people suffer from shingles, Dillon.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Roofing is a hard-ass job.
Absolutely. So it's a little weird to make it into a television series and be like, hey, look how hard this guy works. And then, I'm sure there's some hidden secret boss aspect to it. Nevertheless, my weekend, I went full Home Depot pro all over the house. I completely, gutted some landscape out front. At one point in time, I was in the attic, talking about reinstalling some insulation panels.
In the attic during spooky season.
Sheesh.
Damn.
Over the demi, I built a partition wall in my garage so I could have a little workshop. Well, as me and the fam are considering selling a house, probably not code nor ideal to cut a garage down in quantity by half a car. I won't say how many cars, but
trying to get a little extra square footage.
Do we get it? You have a huge garage.
Whatever.
Looked at a number of houses that tried that move. I was like, this was a garage. You can't fool me.
So I was all over the map, swinging a hammer, nailing some boards.
That's the KJ way.
Some ditches,
burning through the witches.
You're a man.
all these calluses. Actually, no, I wash my hands like 4 times during the day.
You
If there's one
moisturize.
things I'm not good for is thinking about like, oh shit, what if a spider is on my leg? Like I'll change clothes mid like labor job. Can't do it.
Labor job.
Day labor job, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that was my weekend, Saturday
that's
and
good.
Sunday. We'll get into the sports on Too Much Dip, so I'll save all that for.
We'll get into the Halloween
next
here in a
hour.
moment too. Dillon.
Yes, thank you, David. It's my
Actually,
turn.
can we finish with yours? Let me get mine out of the way because mine's nothing. I want to finish strongest.
Are you
you've
freaking
got
serious?
recommendations.
Mine,
You've got
you got the
adventures.
good
freaking
one. You got
kidding
the
me?
good one. You'll look.
All right, dude.
It was low key, didn't do much, and it kind of Halloween is where it went. Is where we went off. It was a great time. I was classic dad, just hanging out. We got a lot going on, so we kept it close. Dylan,
As always, I guess I'll just carry this whole segment.
I know I'm giving you the forum.
Though technically not the weekend, as we return from
Okay.
Mexico on Thursday.
They don't know that.
I was in Mexico last week. Straight up, me and Bay, we did a little vacay, Mexico.
Clip that.
And
Vacay.
That rhymed.
I got to tell you, I met some listeners at the resort.
What?
Met some listeners at the resort.
They were also on vacation, or they were their Armand.
They were on vacation.
Damn, that would have
No.
been dope if you found some listeners that were like worked at the resort.
As it is a Spanish-speaking country, I don't think there are platforms out there that will translate circling back to Espanol yet.
Oh, they don't speak.
what
They
if-
can't speak English.
What if circling
A lot of
back
them
was
do.
like Dallas was for a bunch of European countries back in the like 80s and 90s or whatever? Like this is how they learned English, is listening to circling back.
I mean, I would love it if that happened.
That'd
but
be dope.
I really hope
If
not.
you're an ESL teacher, do that.
some English-speaking, seemingly Americans approached me and said, "Hey, love the podcast,"
U.S. Americans.
including one couple who both listened that were on honeymoon.
Oh.
Big congrats to them. Very
yeah?
nice people. Saw them in the Italian restaurant at the resort.
Were they in the pineapple suite?
Dude, you see that show?
Back to back.
White Lotus
Yeah.
was a pretty good show.
Yeah, it was a good
It says
show.
a lot
Understand.
about like materialism.
Appointment television, HBO is. That's all I say.
Anyway, back to my weekend. This is about me still.
Okay.
Yeah, got back and didn't do a whole lot. Just spent time with the kids. It was good to see the kids. Me and the homie just big time chill.
Okay.
Big time. And of course, yesterday was Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Took the kids trick or treating. The homie absolutely cleaned up. He dressed as Pikachu.
Got an entire segment
Rowdy.
coming up that I wanted you to table it for, but you know, you do you. Go off.
I just said what he dressed up as, David.
No, that's fine.
That's all I said.
Okay.
Also, another little thing happened yesterday. Bay and I, we went house shopping.
Look at us.
You went down to the house store.
We
Real
went to the
estate
house store.
moguls.
We saw
Tiny house?
We saw 2 homes. The second one we made an offer on.
Was it an offer that they cannot refuse?
They can
Oh.
very easily, but they might say yes. And so who knows? Might have a new crib in the not so distant future. So that's exciting for your
That's
boy.
big. That's big coming off vacay
big
with
time.
Bay.
And also, I brought some candy in.
Can we table that
I brought some
again?
candy in.
Oh,
and
we
the
have
boys,
a number of segments we would like to do on this pod. We don't want to burn them all up front.
The boys won.
That's
with,
true.
With QB2 at the helm.
We're doing too much dip right now. Just with not. This is too much dip with other stuff.
Oh, stop.
No, I mean literally the people on this podcast are the too much dip podcast.
We're not going to even move seats before we record the next one.
No.
We're just gonna,
The best thing about recording with Dillon, aside from the actual recording with Dillon, especially for circling back, is that you feel like you've got to throw an obstacle course out there in front of him anytime he's telling a story. And he executes it
yeah, that's
perfectly.
what you. Yeah.
He's one of the few on the show who can start at a point and get to the end of the story, dealing with our bullshit. But
like-
then you realize sometimes those obstacles keep him from like cannibalizing the next 4 segments.
or the entire show, maybe.
I've been known to jump ahead. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes just obliviously.
Yeah,
It works, whatever.
works for me.
Well, that's
Anyway,
fantastic.
It is fantastic.
I'm
David.
very I do you want to address Flailgate?
Oh yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Sure. This wasn't on the rundown. I didn't know we were getting into this.
Well, this is what we call a little curveball.
Well, gotcha journalism here.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I sprinted into the ocean, out there looking like Tony Pollard, just chopping.
Okay,
RB2, Dallas Cowboys.
that is true. That's where he is on the depth chart.
Yeah, he's RB2. And look, in my head, when I was out there chopping, I felt good about it. was like, oh,
You normally execute this quite
I'm
well.
putting in work. Like my knees are high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just tearing ass through this water. The video just told a slightly different story, though. I look slow.
Where can we see this
my
video?
top speed used to feel a little bit more top speed or look more top speed. On Twitter at @dshivery, you can find this video.
Okay.
And yeah, the flailing was just embarrassing.
Oh, there's Rand. Look at that.
Someone gifted. Thank you, whoever gifted. What am I doing?
I don't know. It looks like you're doing like a wacky hand
It looks
thing.
like I'm doing hurdles, but there are no hurdles.
Yeah, life is full of hurdles.
Sure.
Maybe did you step on a rock or maybe like a starfish?
It was a rocky area, but I found a path that was very sandy. I spent time researching my route.
How was the weather? I know you were concerned about that going in.
Perfect.
Because you were saying,
Though very humid.
yeah, as it was on the beach.
Yeah, it's humid down there. People forget that it's humid right by the beach.
So
Marine layer?
None to speak of.
Okay.
I'll
Had to
defer
ask.
to you if you want to name names, but just in general, the resort itself, highly recommend. Food.
Yeah,
Any
I'd
salads
recommend.
itch?
The food was so this was an all-inclusive place.
Okay.
And what that means is everything's included. All.
You're Mr. All-Inclusive.
Yeah. So at those places, it can be hit or miss, and
That's
the
true.
food was very hit or miss.
Was this
Some
sandals?
Things, some things it was not. Some things were absolutely delicious.
Mhm.
Some things were just like, yeah, this is not very good.
If you recall, I too went to an all-inclusive in Mexico. However, this was Playa del Carmen. No, no. Playa Mujeres. That sounds right.
Yep.
I can't roll my R's, so whatever. Near Cancun.
Mujeres.
There you go. The other way, as opposed to tourist Tulum. And the best thing there was like the taco truck. And then like the hibachi place, but we weren't trying to do hibachi. I was like, the last thing I want to do is look at these people
They weirdly had
eat stir fry.
bomb ass sushi at
Yeah.
this place. Their Mexican food place.
Yeah.
We got back.
Who would've thought?
We got back to Austin, and we were both like looked at each other. We were like, "I want to get a really good margarita right now."
Yeah,
Huh.
we saw.
Because
I'm
at those
thinking
places,
Matt's.
They do a mix. At these. They just make a million of them a day. Not literally, but a lot. And the mix, it's like I just want a real marg. So we went to Matt's El Rancho when we got back.
Very cool.
Sounds
Very
fun.
cool. We got to talk about something. Have you ever been to the San Antonio Zoo?
It's been years, but yes.
This hit the TL. There's a new exhibit at the San Antonio Zoo.
Was he there pimping people's rides?
Oh no. There we go.
Well, they pimped this whole thing because we now have a Pantera Walk, and it is essentially a clear bridge that connects two exhibits that the big cats can just walk over and walk over you.
Did
Conceivably,
they just play hard ass? They play hard ass metal over the speakers there. Why is it called Pantera Walk?
I believe Pantera means panther
Okay.
in Spanish. But they knew what they were doing here. San Antonio, heavy metal city.
Well, what they were doing is getting on our radar. They knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted us to promote. This is a free promotion, basically.
Where are we at on zoos in 2021? You hear a lot of people don't like the zoo.
The God?
No, zoo, ZOO.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now that you're saying it, I realize I've got an annual subscription to the Dallas Zoo that has gone unregistered and unused. I
Okay.
probably need to look into. I haven't been to the zoo in a while.
Hey, before we keep going, Dick's out for Harambe.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Shout out.
Just wanted to say. What was the Dallas Zoo gorilla?
Jabari?
That's right.
Shouts to the homie
You-
Jabari.
Dude, the original gorilla that was murdered by police.
Oh.
Yeah, so I didn't mean to bring us down.
Where
but
am I at on zoos? I don't know. You know what?
you feel
Austin,
bad.
You know Austin has a zoo?
Yeah, the Austin Zoo, right?
Is it not down y'all's way, like far southwest?
It's exactly. And that zoo's kind of cool because they take in like injured rescue type animals and try to provide them a home. Like they have an eagle there that has like one leg, which is
That's badass, though.
it's still
A
an
pirate
It's
eagle.
dope. Yeah, but anyway,
Did they put a little peg
I don't think they gave the
in place of the leg?
I don't
KJ,
think, I
not.
don't think the eagle has a peg leg.
I'm not asking if they're pegging.
KJ,
God,
up,
dude. Like, I don't know what you
asked
think
the
we do on this
question.
show.
He told the story.
I don't know what you think we do here.
Zoos
kind of
in
podcast.
general, they're great for like 3 things: lemon chills,
Ooh.
getting a penny pressed into like an oblong penny with
love
like an
lemon
eagle
chills.
on it for a quarter. Somehow it's 26 cents. You get your penny back. And then just the general smell of like petting zoo feed at all times.
Sure.
When a lemon chill starts to melt a little bit, oh,
You know what? I'm about to blow y'all's minds. Give me the strawberry chill
Okay.
over the
you know
lemon
what?
chill.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
fight you on that,
Dude. And it's funny because it's Monday and people are like, how's Dave going to do hosting? Is he going to go there? And I did.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. I don't care. I'm the guy who doesn't care.
Zoos, you can also find the ice cream of the future typically as well.
Dippin' Dots.
Ah, yes.
And both go in my book.
Which Will DeFreeze has not had.
It's been ice cream of the future for 30 years, as far as I understand it.
It turns out that this place, it's Neotropica or Neotropica, will be home to endangered jaguars, birds from the Amazon, monkeys and other mammals, fish, even reptiles.
Pound for pound, the Jag is the coolest big cat. I'll say it. I'll go there.
They do more, yeah. They're not as big as the tiger. They're not as big as the lion, but they have the bite.
They're the pit bull of the big cats. Is that fair? Mr. Worldwide. But like the dog I'm talking about.
Sure. Yeah, no,
I had to connect all those dots.
I'll give you that.
We just did a lot.
So I mean, like you just go and you just stand there and watch them walk. What if you go and they
That's
don't
cool.
walk over you? What if like they don't ever cross and you're just standing there all day, like please cross?
Zookeepers have ways. They'll put some food on the bridge. Like we went and saw the polar bears in San Diego not so long ago. They were sleeping like this kind of stinks. They were way in the back, and finally they took like some cantaloupe or some shit and threw it in the water, and they went swimming around. It was tight.
What was the zoo in or the jag in New Orleans that murdered all those alpaca?
Oh, his name was Valerio.
Valerio.
Little known fact, I was in New Orleans that day, that very day,
Really?
and too hungover to participate in the internet, which was a great day on the internet.
A
But
lot of
it was great.
people say that was the best touching base podcast or episode of all time.
was a good
Little additional note to the Pantera Walk here. Prior podcast that I did, it was called Our Texas, and I did that with a guy named Dr. Brad Folsom. He's a Texas history professor. One of his general interests is what's called interspecies combat, or more commonly understood as like back in the 1800s, like for circuses and vaudeville type stuff, they would get different types of animals to fight and cage fight. So all your like bizarre, could a bear take on a lion? People were out there doing that. And one of the most like well-known ones, I believe, was a bull that fought a bear. It's called Pantera with an H somewhere thrown in there. So yeah, if you want to go search and get all of your little actual real life true nuggets on how wild ass like the 1800s were, that people were just rolling out and being like cage fighting. All right, let me get this bear and this tiger in a cage. Well, the bull Pantera like won like multiple fights, but they tried to do like a 700-pound American grizzly, who just didn't have any interest in fighting. But then like the lion,
I love her.
fought like a 550-pound lion, and the lion like wanted the smoke, and then apparently did not want the smoke later on.
Wait, from what?
From a bear, American
Oh,
grizzly versus
shit.
a 550-pound lion. So information
What?
is out there.
Why were people so fucked up back then?
I don't know.
Like, just don't do that.
Yeah, animals.
1800s were a much different time. I know that you want to call things the arm barn, but some
It's
of
not
us,
just
Dude,
back
arm
then.
barn's not that bad.
It's not just back then, Dave. There's some shitty people still doing this
I know.
shit.
You're right.
he just got back from a cockfight like a week ago.
Yeah.
You are a cockfighter,
I
connoisseur.
won some big boy stacks, though.
Stop betting on cocks.
It's a bird, dude.
Okay, but birds are basically baby dinosaurs, evolutionary speaking.
I know.
Futures in fish fighting. Look it up.
Ooh. Now, fish fights, that's different.
Blub blub.
We could go.
What?
Would they let us go down there with our camera team, with our video guys?
No.
To cockfights?
No. To the Pantera Walk, the Dimebag Darrell Memorial Walk.
Yes, I think they would, because you've got like this is the worst rendering ever, except for you've got like 4 copies of Randy Trimbacki over on the right. Just like, would you look at that? Stay out of the
jeez.
comments on the announcements of this because apparently Philadelphia people are in their feelings. Apparently the Philly Zoo has a similar overpass, but they have shitty marketing and it's in Philly.
Yeah,
So
maybe brand it better, you dumbass.
the difference is this is one that people might want to go to.
This one's called the Pantera Walk.
If it's the Philly one, is it the Bon Jovi walk? And it's very mid.
There you go.
Bon Jovi sucks, and I'm sorry, Philadelphia. I don't mind you as a town.
Good bone structure.
Bon Jovi's is he Philly or is he Jersey? Doesn't matter. He sucks.
Co-owner of the Philadelphia Soul, former arena football team.
Very true. Very true.
People forget.
Now I would like to officially talk Halloween because Halloween was last night.
Yeah, it was.
This is my first Halloween as a father.
Welcome to Halloween as a father.
And let me just tell you, it's a lot different.
First in your new neighborhood too, which is always, I would say, even more than a kid, probably more of like a what the hell is this going to go situation, right?
Absolutely. And first impressions, majority of the homes that chose to participate, they do not do the walk up to the door, ring the doorbell. It is a sit toward the street with a card table or in a couple of lawn chairs.
That's the new wave.
And I love it.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to deal with just like you look in somebody's house and it's weird. You have to worry about people looking in your house, seeing how much of a shit show it might be.
Or getting up and down if you're the person inside the house, like waiting on the doorbell rings. Okay.
You got a
where's
baby
the bowl?
sleeping?
Like, exactly. It's a beating.
Yeah. I will say glaring lack of high school kids
Terrorizing the neighborhood.
fucking shit up. Nobody's
Stealing
out.
pumpkins.
Nobody spray painted my home. Nobody broke into my car.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, nobody like set my shit on fire. It was just like, what are these kids doing?
You've been saving bags of shit for weeks just
Dude,
for this moment.
I was ready, man. I had my auto cocker ready to go, full canister of CO2. I
Okay.
was gonna go out there and
He was gonna
light
spray
somebody
the
up.
dog.
Somebody's gonna get lit up if I caught him smashing my gourds. But fortunately, it didn't come to that. But
I saw your gourd game, by the way. Pretty strong.
yeah, Rhodes killed it. Rhodes was a dog.
Yeah.
It was a cute costume. We were like, are we gonna be able to do this? Like we put it on him and it was like, okay, he doesn't like this. Then he just kind of was like, yeah, I'm fine. And we took him around the block. He was a hit. It was me, Rhodes, Randy, my wife. Had a great time. You know, everybody. We didn't get any candy. Weren't doing that, but you know,
Yeah.
you kind of just you're showing off the baby. You're like kind of pointing him toward people in the stroller, and they're like, "Oh, you want any candy?" Like, no, he's like 9 months. So.
Dylan
Yeah,
had
he's
something to say.
still milk only. I would say I brought some candy.
Right? Yeah, you've referenced that.
Yeah. You can bring a piece home to him if you'd like.
He's a little young. But yeah, our neighborhood, I was very happy with the participation. I think it was better than our old neighborhood as far as like people getting into it. Had a number of 12-foot skeletons.
Okay.
You
Love
love
that.
seeing big boy skellies.
Mm-hmm.
No bad vibes. I had the latest, I think I went and had to pick up dinner. I had some issues getting delivery. So I went, grabbed food, brought it back, got home at like 9. It's like halftime of the boys game. And I saw a teenager dressed as eggs and bacon, and another one dressed as a slice of pizza. And they were like walking up to my driveway as I turned in. So it was like the awkward, and they like were like looking at the door, looking at me, and I got out. And I was like, hey. They're like, oh, hey, are you still doing Halloween? I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing Halloween.
Still doing
yeah.
Halloween.
Like I was like, dude, man, y'all are late though. Like, oh man, sorry, man, we've been everywhere. They were probably doing the drugs, which is fine.
Yeah.
So I emptied out what I had left and said, here you go, Merry Christmas.
I'm glad that you gave them candy because the like hardo thought of like, oh, if I see some teenagers, I'm not giving them shit. Like, yes, if you see teenagers pushing kids out of the way to be first in line, or they're coming at like 6 p.m. before kids start showing up, like, all right, wait your turn. Them showing up later in the game, as long as it's not too late, and they're in costume, I don't mind. I'll toss them a candy bar or whatever. I didn't toss anybody anything because I kept the lights off last night so I could watch some football. But
Oh, dude, committed to the game.
we also live in a neighborhood that
It's the Halloween version of the Grinch. That's what this guy is.
not typically, but we live in a neighborhood that requires certain levels of access. So we don't have many trick or treaters also, and there's a bunch of older families. So I just didn't need to be in a situation where I buy a bag of candy, We get 3 people, which had been the case the last couple of years. And then, like, I have to worry about somebody ringing the doorbell afterwards. So it's like, you know what? This year, just not involved, not participating.
But don't you have like a full-on like security system, like with like multiple cameras, a guard out front?
There's no guard.
There's a guard shack.
There's a shack that looks like a guard shack, but it's really just the bathrooms for the turn of the golf course.
Gate.
This is true.
This dude's behind the gate.
There's a gate.
There's a gate. But hey, I'm selling the house, so you know, currently, you know, whatever. But no, I opted against really doing anything this year, and not for any other reason than just probably laziness. I threw a cowboy hat on Kai before he went to school on Friday or went to daycare on Friday. He killed it. He came back with a bunch of candy, which, you know, I've got questions about bags full of candy for 16-month-old kids, but whatever. Other than that, you know.
What sugar has done to many generations is just, it's not talked about enough.
It's a silent killer.
Yeah.
Did you dress up? I should have asked.
Yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I went as dad who, again, has not done laundry,
This guy.
who has beer in a Yeti or something similar, and just walked around the neighborhood with his baby and dog and wife. That was me.
I took a Rambler around with me as well.
I felt like
wine.
I'd made it. I was like, here I am, got a couple Yingling in the thing, and I'm ready to rock.
It says not only enough about you, it also says enough about the neighborhood when you can reach that status too.
Yeah,
Because you can't just go, you know, run around with a Rambler in any neighbor, like go around an apartment complex with a Rambler. Like, that doesn't work that way. You've got to have the scene properly too.
yeah, and you got to have the neighbor down the way that you don't know that much. He's like, oh, wait, what you got in there? You're like, beer? And you're like, yeah, that's cool, dude. You drinking beer? I'm like, I am drinking beer in public.
Sometimes you'll see like a super cool house that'll have candy for the kids and alcohol for the adults.
Wow.
I love that
A
thought.
box of wine and little cups, you know. For the,
Oh, did you slap the bag, bro?
I didn't slap the bag, David. I'm 38 years. Oh fuck, I'm 38 years old. 38 years old.
Wow,
David.
I was
Okay, if somebody had a bag slap situation, you know, no mouth to nozzle ordeal,
Not
would
in
you
this climate.
participate?
I'll be like, you know, I'll take some in a cup.
I might
think
just
we're
for the novelty. I'm not going to do like a full pool.
You know, we're
But
in
at least get the picture off.
the middle of a pandemic. I'm not gonna.
Again, not mouth to nozzle, but I would go up there and let it just dribble down my cheeks.
Which cheeks?
Don't call it that. Don't let it dribble down your cheeks.
What did you do,
You
Dillon?
make everything so sexual. KJ.
Seriously.
You
Turn
know,
it
the
up a
guy,
notch.
we have him on.
You know, he can't have nice things. Well, before I yield the floor here, can I acknowledge the worst person on Halloween, aside from myself who just didn't participate? It's the person who doesn't know what you're dressed as that then has to ask you. And I kind of stumbled on this by just scrolling the TL and then being that guy in my head, like, wait, what the fuck is this person dressed as? And if I were to be asking that in person, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
They don't need name tags. And if I don't get it, you don't get to ask.
Yeah, the people who on Twitter who do like their costume and the next to an image of what, you know,
Right,
the
right. That's just as
inspiration
bad as
behind it
name
was.
tags
It's
sometimes.
Like,
Can I
okay.
say, some might say the GOAT did that. I don't know if you saw LeBron. He went as Freddy Krueger. In fact, he nailed it.
Didn't have
However,
to do a side by side.
He did a side-by-side with the actual photo he was mimicking. I'm like, no, we know who you are.
Yeah,
There's
You're an iconic,
really not
like,
a question. We're familiar with this character.
Unless you're like from one of those niche like tentacle hentai shows that Randy likes, like
Randy, can you pull up LeBron's Instagram?
then
Okay.
then we don't need the example.
Randy, it's been like months since we'd referenced Randy's anime thing, and he thought he was past it. He thought we'd moved on, and we haven't. We've not
You
moved
never
on.
forget a man's
Refused.
starter pack.
Yeah, no, that is I think I'm guilty of doing that. I think I did that with my Chippendales SNL reference from a few years back. But you're right. It is. I don't think it's as egregious as the name tag. Look, here's LeBron. Wow, who is he? I don't know who that is. I need more. I need more to reference.
He did well.
Is there like another one to? Oh, he's Freddy Krueger. Wes Craven. New Nightmare. You know, the Nightmare was on Elm Street.
I didn't realize Freddy Krueger was rocking a fedora, but he certainly is.
Is that kind of your inspo?
No, come on, David.
Dillon, how was your Halloween
It
specifically?
was fantastic.
You dressed up slightly, no?
No, I didn't dress up.
I thought you was like a Trash Panda scout.
No, I just went as a trash dad who didn't dress up. Yeah, it was fantastic. We went. He parks my son trick-or-treated with Lil Bay. What?
He parks my son.
My son. Lil Bay and Lil Bay's cousin and some of the little kids from the hood, and they just mobbed. And he covered a lot of ground, got lots and lots of candy. He's like the perfect fun age for trick-or-treating. He's 6. He's all about it. He's old enough to, like, cover a lot of ground on his own. I don't have to, like, walk him from door to door. He can just do it, and I'm just kind of hover in the street. It's cool.
At what point did he go from you were walking into each house, and then he, like, as the years go on, he wants to kind of be off a little bit further away from you, and you're just kind of like, man, I'm sad, but that's great.
Yeah, so 3 years ago, I had to carry him the entire time when he was 3.
Mega cute.
It was cute, but it was like, dude, your legs work. You can walk. But he was just whiny, and then it's been getting progressively better. And this is like he's just off and running now. It's pretty cool. He had a blast.
That's great.
He had a blast, yeah.
I know Randy's off mic, but I do have the thought, thinking about how nice the weather was here last night. Was it ever an ass whip in the Midwest of, like, dealing with shit weather on Halloween? Like dealing with, like, we don't have to, like, rain, maybe. Some brisk nights, maybe, but, like, hashtag blessed, if you will.
Yeah. I'm trying to think when the last time we had, like, a bad weather Halloween was.
I don't know, man. All the others, I've been blacked out, so I can't tell you.
Oh, dude, this guy. Well, we got a special surprise for everyone, but before we do it, I want to talk about our friends at Cuts. Modern life, Dillon, quite demanding. Your wardrobe should be as versatile as you are, though. You shouldn't have to choose between comfort and style. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, yeah.
And we don't do that. In 2016, Cuts founder Steve Borelli felt boxed in by his wardrobe. We've all been there. Borelli. He hated having to compromise between style and comfort, so he decided to do something about it, and he started with reinventing the humble plain tee.
I'm a big plain tee guy.
I love a good humble plain tee.
Yeah. And theirs fits so well. So comfortable. Stretchy material. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So comfortable that GQ called it the only shirt worth wearing. Stylish enough for the boardroom or the street or even the biblioteca.
The library.
Correct. Comfortable enough for workouts in the gym. I'm very picky about what I wear into the gym because I don't like it when I sweat in something and it doesn't get breeze and you just get like, you don't feel good about it.
Certainly.
But the cuts are great for the gym. You can wear them out to the club, the discoteca, whatever you want to do. You might think, hey, do we really need another take on a T-shirt? The short answer is yeah, we did. Absolutely. Cuts became a world famous for making shirts that look as great as they feel, whatever life throws your way. And now they're reinventing work leisure below the waist too. How about that? Let's go below the waist. We've all gotten. What did you get, Dillon? What did you get from Cuts?
They sent me a couple of shirts.
Okay.
I don't yet have the joggers, and I'm quite upset about it.
Oh, have you seen me in mine?
No.
You're gonna like the way I look. I guarantee it.
You got them?
I did.
When?
I don't really give out that information on the pod publicly.
What?
But I did.
I mean, I feel like that's
yours are probably in transit. It's okay. Maybe they sent everyone's to my place, and I've just been wearing them, different sizes.
I don't think I would appreciate
different
that.
styles. You can wear them to meetings. You can wear them around the house. Whatever you want to do. We're big fans. Designed to never take a day off, even when you do. The joggers are fire. We love them. You know who else is wearing them? Some of the world's elite athletes. You ever heard of Patrick Mahomes, Damian Lillard, Tim Tebow, and Bryce Harper?
I've heard of all of those guys.
So those are pretty big names. Get 15% off your first order at cutsclothing.com/steam. It's work leisure apparel for the sports of business. That's cutsclothing.com/steam for 15% off your first order. Ooh, got a little wobbly there at the end, but I saved it kind of. Hey, all right, special event here, Dillon. I'm gonna let you take the form.
Yeah, so we did a candy draft. What was that? I guess a couple weeks ago now, and I got a lot of. By a lot, I mean everyone on the internet had something to say.
People who weren't even people didn't know who we were. People from other media companies chiming in.
I had people like quote tweeting me, responding to my tweet, just tell me how much of an idiot and how old I must be. Like, who are you?
This dude can't wait.
I tried to open it before the podcast. I didn't even know.
You made a mess.
Yeah.
And my number one pick was the Charleston Chew.
Yeah.
Which I'm holding in my right hand. Charleston Chew, yeah.
That's a little dance we used to do.
The Charleston Chew is something that apparently is unfamiliar to a lot of people because people are like, what the hell are you talking about, Charleston Chew?
I being one of those people.
It's an old person candy. Just because it's been around for a long time doesn't mean you're supposed to hate. You can't hate on it just for that reason.
Projecting?
There's a reason it's been around for so long, and it is still being sold today. What are you doing? Are you eating it already?
No, I started to. I put it under the table to hide how much
Dylan,
I didn't eat it yet.
Anyway.
Dylan, the longer you go, the further away from the mic you get.
I'm holding in my hand the Charleston Chew, and I gave one to Dave. Randy already had his. I gave one to
You couldn't
David,
wait.
to KJ. And I would like to invite you guys to join me in eating a Charleston Chew. And I want your live. Please be honest with your review of it.
I'm going to give the people a little bit of this.
Here's what sets it apart, in my opinion. Hold on, David. So it tastes very, very good, obviously.
Okay.
But
now I feel like you're wearing a shirt outside of a polling place.
the consistency, the chewiness, if you will, is perfectly perfect. And that is what sets it apart in my mind.
Are you reading is this ad copy?
I was about to say, can you describe what a Charleston Chew is first? Because whenever you,
It
like,
is-
I thought it was a Butterfinger type candy.
It is
I'm realizing
chocolate-
It's not.
In marshmallow.
Okay.
And it is fucking perfect.
I'm going to, for the sake of this segment, I'm going to allow more than one bite. Multiple bites.
Go
All
ahead.
right. First bite.
Yeah?
Chocolate's good. I have been on record many times opposing marshmallows. You're not aware of
I'm
this.
not a marshmallow guy, for the record.
I am aggressively not, because I think s'mores are ruined by their presence. I don't mind them in hot cocoa. I don't mind them in concept. But I don't mind them in Charleston Chew either.
Tastes just like Charleston.
Right?
I now
you
see
feel like you're there.
like why Eminem chose to reference these in his hit song. I want to say Forgot About Trey. Maybe. But either way, it lasts a
Don't
little
know if
longer
that's
than I
right.
probably prefer.
M&M, another solid candy, by the way.
But
Wow.
the flavor's good. Marketing not great, but the flavor's great.
I don't think they even market at this point. I tried to find them on Instagram, and I couldn't. Like, they're just, like, here, take it or leave. If you buy it, that's great. If not, we're going to be just fine.
Let me say, it wasn't gross. It's not going to crack my top 5. It may not crack my top 10. But there are worse candies out there. Not bad. What's that? You know, it's still a little wild to me that's is this your number one?
Yeah.
I believe so.
To be your number one.
Yeah.
He got great value
Well,
in the second round, I will say that. The peanut butter bar, I was unaware of it by name until I saw the image of it. Another brand that has no marketing
so
skill,
good.
but those absolutely go. It's essentially a Butterfinger without the BS like melty chocolate on
See,
the
I'm out here
outside.
just opening people's minds, you know?
You know, you open them, I freak them.
That's true.
The one thing I think is critical to consider here with Charleston Chew, if you're to go out there and say, you know what, okay, I'm going to stop dunking on Dillon for this. I'll try it myself. Maybe tap the brakes if you're going to go buy like the king size at your local corner store. Find the fun size or whatever the Halloween size candy, because if I was trying to survive like a Snickers size Charleston Chew, that might be a little daunting.
Yeah, I
But
got a
this
bag of the
little
fun
snack-
size, and it's a great
Solid.
little bite, little treat, you know?
Yeah, it's a classic twist on an old favorite.
Is it?
Maybe. Okay. Dylan, you know, I think history will look back upon you and what
I'm
you've
doing
done,
just fine.
and they'll be like, you know what, good for him. While he wasn't correct, and while he did get roasted off of Twitter, ratioed
I'm
like
still
I've
there.
never seen.
At D-Shivery. I'm still there.
Add him on the gram and Twitter. You know what? It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It was better than what's the one with like the coconut?
Almond Joy?
Is it
Or
almond joy?
Mounds.
Mounds.
Mounds is an almond joy without the almond, I think.
Maybe that's one.
And they're
Joy's got
trash.
nuts.
They are woaded Halloween candies.
I just went off on Heath Bar over the weekend, so.
I didn't like that several somebodies tried to like rope in Dots as being trash, like to dunk on Charleston Chew and some of your other selections. Dots fucking go.
I feel like KJ is so on board with
Like,
my list. At this
I
point.
get it, people. Don't get me wrong.
Dots are
Number
good.
one in the world is Sour Patch Kids, but we're not talking about am I going out to purchase a large bag of this. If I get this in my Halloween bag, the Dots will be eaten.
Let me also say,
Starburst will be eaten. Starburst will be eaten. Charleston Chew
on Twitter-
now crosses that threshold.
on Twitter, I said that Sour Patch Kids don't strike me as a Halloween candy. I don't associate them with Halloween. And guess what? Parks, got a mountain of candy last night. 0 Sour Patch Kids.
The only thing I will say against Sour Patch Kids here is you have Sour Patch straws, which are way better in thought than they are in practice because they're always way chewer than you think they should be and need to be. But Sour Patch Kids, I'd almost say they're a disappointment, dare I say, as a Halloween candy because you get like 4 kids in there. And I'm like, no. I need, like, claiming all these motherfuckers on my tax return, like 12 of them minimum per bag in order for me to enjoy it. So it just does not fit the Halloween candy.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
This is from the guy who turned his light off.
I'm keeping that shit for myself. Actually, no, I didn't even buy any this year. I'm not even in front.
That's okay. I figure you would have, like, done little pieces of pulled pork that you'd been smoking and had them on a toothpick and just handed them out. Give some people a little protein.
If I had somebody knock on the door, I had to go through my head, like, what the hell am I going to give away here? We did have some, like, random Godiva chocolates that were individually wrapped. You know, they came out of, like, a Costco bag, and they were individually wrapped. But I'm like, is this a trash, like, old person candy to give out? Godiva chocolate's obviously great, but it certainly is, like, a step away from giving people fucking Werthers. I'm like, uh-oh. I'd fit the neighborhood. I would not fit my own age bracket.
Werthers. Did you like the sideline reporters and like the beat reporters getting into the candy corn stuff with like Leach and all the coaches? The candy corn thing, and we're guilty of like doing like multiple segments on Halloween candy, but just every time I see candy corn, I'm like, dude, just give it up. We don't have to do this again. We relitigate it every year.
You're saying give up the discussion about it being good or bad?
Yeah.
I agree with Brunch's own, Wash Media Podcast Brunch's own, DJ Bean's take, where just like how much people would tell you that they did not watch Game of Thrones, no offense to anyone in international transit, people will have to force themselves upon you to tell you that they hate candy corn. And I'm like, okay, don't buy it.
Yeah. I wouldn't know where to buy it. Probably the store.
Yeah,
Probably Walgreens or CVS.
Everywhere, really.
Anywhere candy is sold,
Brock's
honestly.
is cooking for sure.
But still, no, I think that's a good take. DJ Bean, smart guy.
Very smart guy.
Speaking of smart, KJ, why don't you just go ahead and break down NFTs for us?
Non-fungible token.
Somebody hit us up, and I don't know if it was like an actual listener. It was a very business-like email, but asking if we wanted to do NFTs for the podcasts and Washed Media. And when Randy brought that to my attention, I tried to have an intelligent thought on it, and my brain immediately just shut off and then just was like kind of just staring off into space because I don't, not that I need it explained. I kind of understand the gist of it, but I just don't know how that would be a thing we could do.
I will say that
Dillon's shaking his head already.
He's reading the email. I want his take because I haven't seen the email. So,
Okay, this might just be old brain, but I don't understand NFTs generally speaking. I don't get it.
I think it's old
I
brain.
don't get it.
Kind of
You
old
take
head
a
ass.
small clip or an image, and you assign some like obscure. You assign a value to it based on what?
Based on the market, bro.
Like there's a Mona Lisa, right? That's has great historical significance. It's a painting you can hold, and it's in a museum. Yes, I understand why that.
You ever seen it?
I have. It's in the Louvre.
Mid or no?
It looks just like it does in. It's small. It's smaller than you might think.
Okay. I'm just asking. I want you on record.
Yeah, I mean it's. So that I understand why that has value to it. It's just there's only one of them, and it's very famous. This is an image that someone created on a fucking laptop. It's like what's going on?
You don't know. It could have been a desktop.
If you follow Darren Ravel, and I do, I'm a big fan. He tweets.
Might be your worst
He tweets
personality
about
trait.
these all the time.
Would you stop following him?
No.
Stop following obscure.
And he's
I
like,
guess he's not obscure,
and
but
he's
just
like, this one was sold, in April for $98,000, and yesterday it sold again for $2.9 million.
I think that would help the company if we sold something for $2.9 million.
I just don't.
We could do a better Christmas party.
I fundamentally don't understand these things.
We need to. I'm going to take this off the rails. We need to get a date down for our Christmas party because KJ will come down for it if we give him enough time.
We
Committed.
have one. We have one.
When is it?
It is December
Okay, good start. Love to hear it.
Don't dox me, bro.
17th.
I'm there.
I'm definitely going to try to be there.
Okay.
You're there.
So I think you hit the nail on the head when talking about like the Mona Lisa exists. And so you understand there's one of them that otherwise is just oil paint on a canvas. You know, we all collectively agree that it has value, so then it has value. I would say a podcast, you know, has no tangible physical presence that anyone can possess and or own, but then there is value to it. Most of the value being based in like then we can communicate about other tangible items. But whatever, we sell this audio media per se. With NFTs, I was familiar on the early wave. Where I kind of get off of the train is like the last year and a half where we pivoted from Kings of Leon announces they're going to sell their album as an NFT and to be the first band to do it, to like every individual brand going NFT route and having some other pivot. Kind of like going from, okay, I just began to understand Bitcoin, but I don't know how many cummies it's worth. Like
That's the question that everybody's wondering.
Like that whole rail in between Bitcoin and cum rocket. It's like, all right, somewhere along the way, I kind of stopped following.
Yeah.
So I think if you're saying, hey, I'm an actual artist and I create a, you know, or Randy is actually legitimately, you know, I would say an artist. He, whatever Christmas
Hold
present.
on a second.
Well, remember he did a Christmas present for somebody last year and it was like a badass like woodwork type thing. I can't recall what it was. Might have been a wedding gift, but he has skills. If he were to make something, you know, Ricky Prosper, probably a prime example, somebody who could do something like this. And it's one of one. You technically own it.
The intellectual property, Dillon.
You own the whatever, the unique certificate code to say you own this art. Then what's to say there's no value there?
Well, part of that don't you understand?
Because I can screenshot it.
Here's what I don't
I
understand.
can also buy a poster of Mona Lisa.
When Darren Ravel's like, this image just sold for $2 million, I can right-click and save it. And guess what? It was free for me.
I can put up a poster of Mona Lisa right next to my periodic table of sexual positions.
What's the difference between the image I save onto my phone?
That is a classic Spencer's gift.
The NFT that somebody owns. What's the difference?
You can't take that screenshot and sell it to Randy. Whereas I have, you know, I've got the papers for the dog.
He's got the metadata.
You know, what's the difference between a breeded dog and a dog that, you know, I get at the Home Depot parking lot? Is you've got the
More saving, less doing.
You've got the papers to back it up, theoretically. You know, so I agree. It's silly. I will never spend $1 on it. But I could be convinced. You know.
All right.
If we were to do this, I would. The first person I call would be Ricky Prosper.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of our.
Reposted by Complex.
Ricky Prosper. Randy could help too. I don't know. I feel like Randy knows something. Oh, Randy's going to put this to my attention. I don't know. if you hated this segment, it's Randy's deal. Dillon, I think we just absolutely short circuited Dillon.
What would be your preferred NFT? I guess is a better question.
A non-frat token.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, what do you feel like would be individual enough to Wash Media or yourself that could be, you know, used as a NFT that we can auction off at the Wash Media Christmas extravaganza?
Pixelated Brett, like a remake of that. Pixelated Brett going through like the portal in Verdansk that transports you across the map is one of my favorite things to ever happen.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm talking about Brett on Twitter, I just go back to that image. Actually, I have it. It's one of the few images I have saved on my desktop. I'm looking at it right now.
That's how much he likes it, guys.
Yeah. I don't know to answer your question. I don't know. David and Arby shirt. I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna need a little taste if you're gonna use my likeness. Just a little taste.
Confirmation that rim was touched.
We'll give you a little kickback, Dave. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of options from prior videos. You know, maybe Will post getting
giant
goals
KJ
scored on him
next to me.
That's good.
I know I'm like slouching. I knew that it was coming this route. I don't know what route to go. You know, I'm reactionary. I'm not the idea man, but I agree with you, Dillon, in that this train has probably gone far enough. Like, you know, let's just give it a rest. I don't believe half of the like, hey, this sold for $98,000 kind of thing.
If we, this small to medium-sized podcast company, put out an NFT, I mean, these things are just flooding the market. Like, they're just nobody's putting this shit out. Influencers are doing it. Like, Twitch people are doing it. It's like, I just don't get it. I don't know.
You feel like a douche?
Well, yeah. You buy this image of me. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? Like,
Okay, but what if you
me?
donate that proceeds to Christmas dinner?
You not believe in charity?
I'm very charitable.
I don't know.
Here's what I believe in. I believe Raycon. I believe they're the best. It's never too early to start gift shopping for the holidays, especially because today you can save big on a gift that you'll use every day, or whoever you want to buy these for. They'll use them too. Raycon wireless earbuds. Dillon and I, we walk up to each other at the gym. Both have them in. We kind of point. We nod. We're like, can't talk. Got our Raycons in.
Raycons
listening
up,
to tunes. Dylan's listening to Bon Jovi. I'm listening to Pantera. Big difference. It's awesome. With seamless Bluetooth pairing and a comfortable noise-isolating fit, you can start listening right away and keep listening for hours. The audio quality is amazing, comparable to what you get from other premium brands, except Raycon starts at half the price. And that is true. That is big facts.
The battery life on these things, legitimately shocking.
Yeah.
Like, you can set them. I set mine down for a couple months and picked them back up again, and they were ready to rip.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
The new everyday earbuds come with 3 new sound profiles to make sure everything you're listening to sounds its best with just the right amount of bass. Pure mode is what they used to call me, but it's also one of the settings here. It's podcast listening, blues, instrumental, etc. Balanced mode, podcast listening, rock and heavy metal music. And then bass mode, hip hop, EDM, reggae, etc. And then beast mode. I'm kidding. That's how I woke up.
Is there sicko mode too?
We need a sicko mode. Raycon offers 8 hours of playtime, like Dillon said, and a 32-hour battery life. There's also a built-in mic, and you can take calls on your earbuds at the press of a button. So this holiday season, get them something that they can use for calls or music, for work, for play, at home, or on the go, or at the biblioteca, wherever. Pick up a pair for yourself. Trust me, you're going to use them every day. Go to Buy Raycon, that's Raycon, buyraycon.com/steam today to unlock exclusive deals up to 20% off your Raycon order. But hurry, this offer is available for a limited time only. If you don't want to miss it, that's buyraycon.com/steam to unlock up to 20% off your Raycons. Boom.
Very cool.
You guys want to get meta with it?
Oh God.
Don't oh God me.
Yeah, I do.
We have not talked Zuck. We got to talk Zuck.
How did you feel when you left the country, knowing that by the time you came back, maybe the name most synonymous with social media, you know, and an industry you've built quite a living off of,
That's true,
ceases to exist?
Well, I'm a big time Facebook hater.
The king of social media, and now we've got the king of frat chiming in.
I'm sorry, I stepped all over that.
No, it's okay. He's probably glad for it.
So, I mean, this is just, I don't know, a rebranding attempt, trying to just put the
conglomerate has been rebranded to Meta.
Their troubled reputation behind them and move on to
Facebook,
a different one.
Instagram, WhatsApp, things of that nature.
I'm glad you said Instagram, because this guy, the highest Instagram engagement he's had in a while, but he hates Facebook.
Oh, man, Zuck,
Instagram,
dude. Zuck stinks, man.
Okay. They started
it's
as
fine.
2 separate entities, and one was acquired.
It was an acquisition.
It was acquired, yes, an acquisition. Thank you, David,
Thank you.
for explaining.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still the Zuck.
Are you guys going to fuck around in the metaverse?
I'll tell you what, though. Let me say this.
Are you going to fuck around in the metaverse?
If they wanted to really rebrand and leave the reputation of Facebook in the past and to promote their newer, whatever, metaverse, maybe get Zuck's dorky ass off of my screen. Like, when this guy promotes, he can be promoting the coolest thing that's ever existed. And it just looks like the nerdiest shit ever. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a part of this culture.
Their launch video explaining this, it is almost like a we're not going to review Succession today. We will Wednesday probably, but it is almost like something that a writer's room would come up with for like just a generic corporate cheesy play on that, because
It looks like
not even
like
just
an SNL
Zuck,
skit.
not even Zuck. Like Zuck is bad. We get
He
that.
has no personality, and
The-
he's the face of your cool tech company.
The young-
it doesn't work.
The young lady sitting across from him explaining it, her everything is off. It is so forced, and her gestures don't go with what she's saying, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't know where I'm going to withhold an opinion on the metaverse until I see if it catches on, and then I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. But I don't know, man. All I can think of is the Sweet Baby Rays that I'm assuming they sent him after his infamous meat smoking video. That is now being used as a, what is it, like on his bookshelf? Like, is it
A bookend.
a bookend?
Cynical meme wants to think that like somehow Zuckerberg also owns Sweet Baby Ray's, and it's just like a circular thing there. Which whatever.
The rich get richer.
It's a good bit. If nothing else, it makes him seem like he's okay taking a joke about himself. If nothing else,
If he was real, he would have chugged it.
if he was.
It's a lot of sugar, but Zuck, if you want to win us back, chug the Baby Rays.
One thing I haven't seen commented enough or tied to enough is, I mean, Google just did something similar not too long ago. Like Alphabet is essentially the company that owns Google. That's going to be what you would think of with Meta now. Facebook's going to exist by name. Parent
Wouldn't
company.
that just like a company restructure
Right.
tactic?
And that's why they did it. They didn't so much do it for
Yeah.
all these other things. Although internationally, they were going through a lot of the right to be deleted arguments, right to have your info scrubbed from Google. So they
Cancel
may have
culture.
had some rebranding. Cancel culture. Cancel yourself online. They may have had some rebranding interests there too. But either way, Alphabet is there, similar to Meta now for Facebook. I, too, will reserve my judgment on the metaverse simply because there was a pretty dope documentary on Netflix, I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago. It's called Second Life, based on a video game. It's very Sims-ish that people essentially, you know, there are many of these games out there.
This was a player in The Office. There was an episode where Dwight.
Yes.
You've seen The Office?
I have.
Dude, it's hilarious. Jim and Dwight just can't like leave each other alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or that whole mentality, or not mentality, but there's a huge audience who would be very happy to go live a Sims life situation if like the accessibility and everything was done really, really well. So I can see that being successful. I would advise that if that's my all in from Zuckerberg and people already say you look robotic, like, wouldn't it be a dope ass all in move by him for like the last 6 months and the next, like, however long? We don't see him in person. He only appears in avatar form.
Wow.
Like, all of
He
his,
transcends.
like, TEDx type talks or whatever at Facebook verse. I don't know what the hell they do. But these type of things, we only see his avatar.
Do you know anybody who's, how do I say this without being crass? It's my understanding that most people who are doing VR right now are doing it for purposes of cranking. That's how I understand it. What are people doing now? What are people doing now that's not crank related?
Is this on the record or after record? Off the record.
We're recording, baby. We're north of an hour.
Are we live? Non-crank related VR experiences. So
Yes, thank you.
metaverse and VR, I guess they can go together. You can put on a headset and like probably be fully immersed. The VR aspect is just like being visually immersed in it. So I'm sure that's how like Oculus ties in. But you can probably sit here on a desktop and like direct around your character too, like any other computer game, like Call of Duty. You feel pretty immersed, and that's not a VR headset. So there are some non-crankable ways to use VR.
Yeah.
I haven't found many of them. That headset stays in a different room.
Okay. Dillon, what do you think about that?
I have no freaking idea, man.
Well, we can talk Google Cardboard after this.
I
I'll
don't
get
know.
you set up on the VR.
I just think they need a new front man. Leave Zuck can't.
Well, start
be-
that hashtag.
Avatar
Fire
Zuck.
Zuck.
Do like Christopher Walken or somebody, like someone cool.
You know, you haven't said in a while. You haven't said something very biting in like a very, very aggressive way in a while. You know what I'm getting at here?
He sucks.
Can you give it to us one time for the folks at home?
Mark Zuckerberg sucks. The guy sucks.
Yes.
There you go.
You're right. Brett's here now. Let's talk 10,000 shorts, and then we'll get to Brett's breaking news.
Cannot wait.
How about that? 10,000 shorts, dude, and it's not just shorts, everything about them. we're big fans. Again, Dillon and I see each other at the gym, just decked out in it. We look at each other, give us the knowing nod. It's just like, hey, we're here in our 10,000 stuff. I rock the shirt quite a bit. I rock the shorts. I've got the short ones. I've got the 7-inch ones. It's fantastic.
I took their liner shorts on vacation with me. I got a little, yes, I did a workout on vacation. I just did one.
Dude, you're cool.
I went from the gym to the beach and then to the discoteca later that night. All in my 10,000 shorts.
Tons of features like silver ion for odor protection, no bounce pockets, breathable and lightweight shell fabric with stretch, no bounce phone pockets. That's the one, because I've got some workout shorts that don't have like a good pocket, and so I'm guy at the gym sometimes who's got like too much stuff that he has to set down. Then I got to wipe it down when I get home because I'm a freak germaphobe. A lot. Perfect workout shirt, lightweight, breathable, and quick drying. Check it out. 10,000 makes the highest quality, best fitting, and most comfortable training shorts we have ever worn. The interval short, the foundation short. The interval short, that's my particular favorite. Versatile and great for Dillon HIIT or HIIT training.
You hear about these workouts?
Spinning,
KJ?
Metcon, short runs, anything else you can think of. Yoga, I rock them in yoga often. The foundation short built for durability for tough gym days and outdoor adventures. The session short, super lightweight, perfect for running. These are good for yoga too and mobility. You know your boy's trying to get more mobile. It's direct to consumer, no middleman, so you get premium fabrics, trims, and techniques that the other brands cannot afford. Collaborative product development, a team of over 200 athletes test their gear to ensure their product design, fabric, trims, and fit. Pick the shorts that are best for your training, then personalize it with custom liner and inseam options. Over 10,000 five-star reviews, free shipping and free returns, lifetime guarantee. 10,000 is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase. Go to 10,000.cc and enter code circling. Is that right, Brett?
Yeah, nailed it.
That's 10,000.cc. Enter code circling to receive 15% off your purchase. That is 10,000.cc. Enter code circling. Brett, I would love it if you would just break some news.
Sure.
Dum, dum.
KJ is the guest on today's show. Would you like to go?
You'd never know it by listening.
Is he nailing it?
I mean, he came out of the gates a little perverted, but, you know.
Swallow your water. I was really thinking there was going to be a load
See what I
on
mean?
your computer.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
KJ, would you like to go? Cult following fast food items, pushing weight, or the Liver King?
Oh, no.
Lock me in for pushing weight.
Sure. Are you familiar with the rapper Fetty Wap?
Unfortunately.
I just call him
Oh,
Fatty.
Trap Queen's a great
That
song.
Queen's a fantastic song.
And then what?
New
Yeah.
York Times best-selling book, 1738. He wrote that,
Is
right?
he hitting
I
the
don't know
gym,
if that
putting
was-
up big weight? What is this about?
Well, yeah, I mean, you potentially could do a workout with as much weight as he was pushing, Dillon.
Hey.
We're talking dope.
Yeah, he got popped this weekend at Citi Field, of all places.
Oh, no.
That's tough. Meet the Mets, step right up and go to jail. Investigators recovered $1.5 million in cash,
Million.
Whoa.
16 kilograms of cocaine,
16?
Kilos.
2 kilos of heroin, 5 weapons and ammunition, as well as fentanyl. I'm glad this is off the streets because fentanyl's really fucked up and really fucking people's lives up. So, Fetty's going to be gone for a while.
Got both Michael
Dad.
Jackson and Sam Ellinger's brother.
Yeah.
That's a lot
And,
of weight, man.
Tom Petty?
Possibly.
Prince?
Most likely.
Jimmy Hayes.
Goes
that,
on.
That shit, it's really fucked
It is
up.
scary. It is scary. So
glad
all
that
y'all
is
out
off
there
the
doing
streets.
drugs, be careful.
Yeah. You guys supporting Fetty Wap. Me on the right side of history.
Let me just say this. Put the word out there that we are not back up.
We're down.
We're down. Like for the foreseeable
Yeah,
future.
Fetty is down.
We're going to have to rebrand.
Minimum of 10 years in jail, maximum of life.
Okay,
Good
okay.
grief, man.
So Fetty's going to be doing some
He was at
time.
Citi Field?
Yeah.
What?
It's a festival that was going on.
He was Rolling Loud. He was like,
Was he performing or he was just there doing delivery?
it's a good
So
question.
he had all that
KJ.
he had cash on him, like a
Cash.
duffel
How
bag.
does he not have a bag man?
What the hell?
It might,
I know he's
shit
not
ton
like
of
the
cash.
biggest name right now, but
And not like I'm an expert here, but wouldn't you want to keep all of that not in the New York state line? Or
It's about the worst place to
All
have
those
like,
it.
toolies
wouldn't you
he
want
had on
that
him,
waiting
too?
in Jersey or some
Couple
state
pieces.
that just absolutely has no laws?
Yeah.
I
You would
don't know.
think New Jersey would be a good, as a noted organized crime state.
Good grief,
Yeah.
man.
Anyway,
Well, later, Fatty.
in lighter news, the McRib's back.
Okay.
That must mean that
What's that do for y'all?
pork prices have dropped below a certain threshold to make it a viable menu item.
Ooh, put the word out there that we'll back up.
Dave, as a noted sandwich mason, are you aware that Wednesday is National Sandwich Day?
Yeah, no, I was. Yeah, I celebrate every year with my family.
He's gonna enjoy a sandwich.
I'm actually
on
taking the
Wednesday.
day.
How
I'm gonna
else
go-
do
the
you
day
pre-
off.
A sandwich for every meal.
How else are you going to prepare for JFK anniversary than with a sandwich?
There's no better way to celebrate the time that a lone gunman named Lee Harvey Oswald definitely acted alone. You know, despite a lot of evidence to the contrary. There's just no better way than just eating a lot of
I
sandwiches.
think the stolen joke is that's the day that Dallas got it, or that JFK got it through his head that Dallas didn't want him there.
Because he was shot in the head. Is the
I
joke
wonder,
here? KJ,
Ravel might
see what
have
he's
more
doing?
evidence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Zapruder film.
Mm-hmm.
I think you nailed it.
It's close enough.
Well, check Ravel's timeline. He might have something. Anyway, McRib's back for a limited time.
How
and
much?
to celebrate the 40th anniversary, they're selling McRib NFTs.
Have
Well,
ever
there
had
you
it-
go.
Have you ever had
KJ.
McRib?
No.
Never.
I haven't had
I have.
McDonald's in
And
probably
it
20
is.
years.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Really?
Wow.
You mean the
pretty good.
boneless
You're trying to get up in
combination
that rib,
It's pretty good.
McRib.
seasoned boneless pork, tangy barbecue sauce, onions and pickles, and a hoagie-style bun. First launched regionally
I
in
mean-
Kansas City, Kansas, in 1981.
You don't buy it expecting like fine dining experience.
'Cause you're at
It's-
McDonald's.
It's a McDonald's sandwich. So take it for what it is.
McDonald's. Okay.
McDonald's.
Ready? I'm working the drive-through. Welcome to McDonald's. Will you be using the app today? You're
No.
Christopher Walken.
I heard from a podcast you guys were back up.
Yes, sir. We
McRib.
can I take your order? Is this?
Pork must be at a good price right now.
I'm not really privy to that. I just work here. It's my second day on the job.
I would like the McRib, please.
Can I
Also,
get you
I'm-
anything else?
Also, I'm an actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't really help.
And a Sprite.
Please pull forward to the second window.
Also a Sprite, please.
Benicio
Sprite.
del Toro walking.
Have you noticed that people aren't doing 2 windows anymore at fast food?
It's a real waste of resources.
It's the most upsetting item or part of a fast food experience, short of like the third lane at a Chick-fil-A.
Please
Like,
pull through the second window.
I don't
Yeah.
need this.
The first window's now just
all.
it's packed with like the stackable.
Come on, what's going on with the window?
What's in there with the first window? I've got my money ready. I tried to give it to that guy.
I got you. Pull up. You make eye contact with somebody through that first window, and they just kind of. Okay.
Okay, let's go fuck myself.
Hey man, I'll pull up. How about that?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool. I know you're on break. I'm cool.
The person working the window takes your money and they give you the food. That's the thing about it.
Yeah. Business.
It's crazy.
Randy, did you help me out with this third topic?
Oh no, this fucking guy.
This is the Liver King, Dillon.
Whoa.
Does he work out?
Did you just get married?
No, he's
lacrosse guy, right?
he's been married. No, that's not.
Dude,
that's
this is not
Jake.
shitto.
The Liver
I like
King
that though.
has made quite an impact on social media over the last 2 days. All he does is eat raw meat.
Okay.
What?
And live by 9 ancestral tenets. Dylan, are you ready for these tenets?
Ooh, I'm very ready. Hold
Whatever
on, let
he's
me
doing
take
is
some notes.
working because holy shit.
Well, one is cycle on the clear with the tramadol.
Yeah, all the roids.
Here's the first one: sleep.
Big player.
You gotta sleep.
Oh, so this guy sleeps? Like, okay, cool.
Number 2, eat.
Guess who else does? Everybody.
Dylan, he eats.
Yep.
Oh, this guy eats food.
Something
and he
DJ
sleeps.
Khaled does not do.
I'm gonna write this down.
Number 3, move.
Okay. So far, Kai is keeping up with his 9 tenets.
Dude, this is good. This is looking good for all of us, actually.
Well, let me throw a wrench in it. Number 4, shield.
Okay, people don't shit out him. What,
Like your assets.
The
or-
show is good. Kid Rock premiere episode.
It's important to plan for the future.
That's true.
Shield. We need to avoid dangers, just like our early ancestors did. This whole thing, ancestral living.
I bet
avoid
this dude's
dangers.
really cool.
I don't get on roller coasters, for example.
Who's ancestors?
He says instead of running away from lions,
Whoa,
nowadays
KJ.
we need to be running from seed oils, fluoride, excessive Wi-Fi, EMFs, which are electromagnetic fields,
Ooh, I agree there. Ghosts.
mercury filings, which I didn't know
This
they
guy
filed for
went from the
IPO.
most basic necessities of life to Wi-Fi.
Right. To view the list of modern day dangers, go to liverking.com/shield.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Why is he the Liver King? by
Number
the way?
5 is connect.
He eats
Dylan.
liver.
You need to. So he means when the sun comes out, you need to go out and get the sun.
You need to connect. with
Vitamin
nature.
D is a very
Ears,
important
eyes,
player
skin.
to your immune system.
He has a fantastic base color to him. He's been in the sun quite a bit.
And go barefoot most of the time. That's
Okay.
how you connect with the earth.
Barefoot
he's
and
not in
crazy.
this picture, but he's also wielding a spear. It might be
I don't know if you need to do that, but we'll
Number
hear the
6
rest.
is fuck.
Okay.
What's
No,
his gym routine?
Is
That's
it
what I
really?
wanna
No,
know.
it's just cold.
Oh, okay.
Comfort is not good for the organism, Dave.
Been saying it.
Our early ancestors were rightly subjected to cold. It's like we were purpose built for it.
When I tried to get everybody in the company to do a triathlon, y'all laughed at me, and here we are.
I don't like to be cold, man.
We have brown adipose tissue, which is metabolically active for thermoregulation.
Bet you didn't know that one. Fucking idiot.
This guy's a flat earther.
We also have 60,000 miles of vascular lined with smooth muscles.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Holding a conversation
that
with this
before.
guy is got to be the most insufferable experience.
He's
of all.
probably like a cool dude who goes out to the bars and
Well,
stuff.
he was living the American dream 20 years ago, Dillon. He married the love of his life. He owned 4 to 5 businesses, not clear the exact number of
Energy
businesses,
drink.
you know.
Whip.
And then he had 2 beautiful boys who started eating, regular things like kids do, and they got allergic to them. So
They survive?
they survived.
Okay, good.
They cut him off from the lifestyle, and now they're living ancestral.
This guy
Oh,
sucks.
God, these poor kids.
So
Oh, no.
Number
I'm
7,
not gonna go there.
sun. Where were you?
No,
going?
it's not. It's not necessary.
Violent femmes?
Early ancestors didn't brush, didn't floss, didn't get cavities.
Nobody knows that.
He doesn't brush his teeth.
At the heart of this tenet is midday sun exposure because it produces vitamin D, which works synergistically.
Huh.
I don't think that's a word. With the other fat-soluble vitamins A and K.
Okay.
Duh, Dillon.
I keep my AK on me.
He goes out in the sun in the middle
No,
of the
you
day with no
don't.
sunscreen.
You don't.
You're right. I don't have an AK.
Number 8 is fight.
He fights.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he just goes and picks fights with people.
Yeah, dude, I watched one of his workout videos. In order to have a meal, he has to do a workout before it because he calls it a simulated hunt. So he does like the actions.
We just
of
talked
a-
about that, the VR.
I'm kind of on board with that. Actually,
You kind of
I'm kind of into that one.
he does like he simulates like the stalking, the running, the moment of impact, and the carcass carry, he calls it after.
Never carried a carcass?
I just do farmers walks now.
This guy
I had a
sucks.
deer run across the highway on the way down today. I thought about that. I was like, what would I do? Could I bring this in?
He eats raw meat.
We'd
huh?
clean. We'd be bringing it in. We clean
Somebody
it.
would have one of the people that would pass by you would have a processing situation in the back. You'd be like, "Oh, I got you.
And what's his ninth tenant?
Bond.
Ooh.
It's one he struggles
Like
with.
as in
Interesting.
James.
No.
I
I
wanna
think
see
he's
that
talking
new one.
about securing your financial future.
I want to see that new one.
He says simply
Right,
by
too.
putting the phones away and spending the time with loved ones and friends.
Okay, let's
Put your phones
this guy does
away,
not have
guys.
friends.
Hey, new rule. When we all go to dinner, like, let's all put our phones away.
Just vibes.
Yeah.
Now here's the kicker.
Shut up.
The rotating carousel on his slickly designed website that surely
It's a good website.
put thousands of dollars, if not hours, into. There's a part of the carousel that says Liver King supplements coming soon.
Let's
So,
go. I'm in.
So you still got to make a living too, right?
He's the
Aside from
king.
all this.
He's the king. That's Liver King. I'm gonna keep up on this guy. I'm gonna hit him with a follow.
I hate this guy.
Brian Johnson, CEO
Oh.
of the Ancestral Lifestyle.
Brian Johnson.
9 tenants, 1 mission. Dave.
Shout out BJ.
He's been very selective with which ancestors he's referring to.
What does that mean?
I just feel like it's,
You're just saying.
he's replacing Wi-Fi.
Simulated.
Or
hunt
he's like,
before
hey,
everything.
you no longer are running from like
I'm actually-
slave
I don't hate
catchers.
that.
It's just avoid the Wi-Fi and fluoride.
Let's just
Yeah.
let's just get into a fist fight before every time we have lunch together.
Simulated hunt.
Yeah.
That's what you got to
You
do.
got to rebrand that. That's just-
Simulate-
Some days are
hunt.
moderate simulated hunts, and some days are you taking down the big boys.
Gosh.
Well, very cool. Thank you, Brett.
Brett, that
we
was
can get
great
this guy
breaking
on.
news.
That was good.
Thank you, KJ, for hopping in. We'll
You
be
the man,
back.
Cage.
We'll be back
Fun
tomorrow
time.
with is tomorrow worse stuff? Dylan?
Bachelor?
Tomorrow?
Bachelor
We're
airs
doing
on
batch.
Tuesday.
I know. I don't know if
Oh,
we
Monday
got
Night
we got to talk to the man Will.
I can't make any promises, but there will be something. There will be blood. There will be podcast.
Very sick.
Cool. See you later.
Bye.
Goodbye.